Alrighty, as we all know, the quote request section is the most important part of the Printing Select system. And I'm not exactly thrilled with the way it's going at the moment. So what we've got is a page here. Um, let's just go through and say I need some A5 flyers done. So what would be great is if my name, if I've been here before, my name would automatically appear there. I don't know if you can do that using cookies. At the very least, on this next page, and it's so slow, is there any way we can speed that up? Because I have pretty fast internet. Can my cookies indicate this in here? It would be great if this was all pre-filled, and I don't think delivery address needs to be compulsory. First, email and phone number. So let me just go through. I'm going to fill all this out for the purposes of showing you the quote request, because I'm not exactly thrilled with the way it's working at the moment. And just for reference, this is an actual address. High Street in Toowong has that postal code. So that's all actually correct, and I'll show you why that's important later. So this is all correct. That's my number. And then I'm just going to put something in there so we can see it. Now, as I've mentioned in another video, this is a little overwhelming, I think is the way to say it, because what I'm thinking is, once I click this, boom, that all comes out in front of me. It's like, oh, it's too much information. So as I mentioned in the other video, if we can have a drop down with some standard paper sizes, that'd be terrific. And my standard paper size thing over here is gone. So it would be good if we just had standard paper sizes in a drop down or other, and then they can punch in that information. Obviously, answering that question needs to be required, but not putting in the height and width. And then the folds and the finish and this question here about folds can all be moved to additional information. So all that should be left when we're talking in this top section would be lower cost, front, back, paper. Everything else can be moved to additional information. And then what that should do is, instead of having this entire screen pop up, you'll only have this much pop up, and that'll be a lot less confronting for someone. So let's go ahead and try and change that to our expand collapse section. I'm going to go ahead and enter a few of these for the purpose of the demonstration, even though they're not required according to this. Oh geez, I'm making this up now. See, this is the other thing. It's a little bit too confusing for someone coming just looking for a basic quote, so we don't need that. I want 4 colors. I don't want any on the back, and I'm looking for like office paper. So that's all done. Now the other thing is, attach an image of the product you need printed. We should say optional, just to give a suggestion to the printer, because at this point that reads as though it's an instruction and you must do it. So we need to make it a little bit more optional. We click the box to confirm. Now again, this is quite slow. I like how that changes color, by the way. It's good. Now look what's happened. What's going on here? I submitted it, and now it's making me start all over again. So the requesting a quote section is not working properly at this point. So I'll leave that with you, and you can make the changes that I've suggested before we retest it. And then I look forward to seeing how it appears as an email for the printers. Thanks.